Hello everyone, and welcome back to Tokyo Tuesdays, the segment in which I head to the Tokyo Disney theme parks to sample and review every last eatery. For our 39th episode, we've had another request. So, for Olivia Nicholson, we're headed out west to try the Hungry Bear restaurant. Located in Tokyo Disneyland, to find the Hungry Bear restaurant, head straight into the World Bazaar. Go all the way through until you pop out on the other side. Veer to your left and down onto the path that leads around to the palace. You'll pass by the Crystal Palace on your left. Continue on around and back towards the palace until the wooden bridge into Westernland appears. Turn left and cross it. Continue straight. You'll pass by the Diamond Horseshoe on your left and then veer to your left. A few moments later, the Country Bear Theater, also on your left, will appear. Directly next door, you'll find the entrance to the Hungry Bear restaurant. The Hungry Bear restaurant is a counter-service eatery done up to look like an Old West town. Despite the name, it's actually more than one building, giving you plenty of different businesses to choose from. Whether you feel like eating in a saloon, a restaurant, a jail cell, or under the summer sky, you have options. Each section of the restaurant is decorated thoroughly to its theme, giving you plenty to look at. Order at the counter in the middle of it all, then find a seat to take it all in. Alright, so today I am, by request, at the Hungry Bear restaurant. It is in sort of the Westernland area of the park and focuses on curries, which I am very happy for. I got the chicken and onion curry. I was torn between that and the vegetable curry because the vegetable curry is really tasty, but the chicken and onion curry just sort of spoke to me more today. I got my choice of how spicy I wanted it, so I think this is just the default curry. And then because I asked for it spicy, they gave me a packet of spice. Additionally, I got a Kid and Lemon because they don't have melon soda at this location. But Kid and Lemon's good too. So, it's a rainy day today, but not so bad. Let's start. Right off the bat, while I was waiting in line, they gestured sort of to the caddy where you would normally find straws and silverware, and mostly it had mixers for coffee, sugar and cream and things like this. There wasn't any silverware on the caddy. There were lots of straws and lots of mixers, but no silverware. But they did end up giving me a spoon, for which I am happy, but not a fork. And I'm not used to eating chicken without a fork, so we'll see how that goes. Right now I'm mixing it up, so I want to try it without the spice packet first and see how that is, and then we'll try it with the spice packet as well. I do kind of wish I had a fork though. It's good. It is a good curry. Little bit of spice to it, not much. Just a barely there sort of spice. So it's sweet when you first take a bite, and then it sort of migrates back to salty as the flavor evolves on your tongue. Neat. Let's try mixing in the spice packet now, because I hate myself. If I can open it. There we go. Do most people eat curry with a spoon? I think I mostly eat curry with a fork, but I might be the odd one out there. Who knows? Oh goodness. There was no line when I got here, but it's sort of lunchtime now, and a line is forming out the door now. Interesting. Glad I got here when I did. My chicken is fine. It's nothing spectacular, nothing to write home about, but it's not bad. Yeah, I've had better chicken. So far, the spice packet mostly just seems to have made the curry sweeter, not hotter. But we'll see if my tongue explodes in a little bit. Also, about 3 of the 4 dining rooms when I got here were basically empty. So I went ahead and I took a 4-seater table for myself. But now that there's a huge line forming, I'm sort of wondering if people aren't going to think I'm a jerk for taking a table to myself. so I will eat quickly. There's a spice. Alright. It is starting to get a little spicier. I'm a pretty big weenie when it comes to spice, but so far this is not unbearable for me. It's just noticeably hotter now. I don't remember where it was, but once again, this spoon is far too big. Like, it's too much. It's too much spoon. I need a smaller spoon. My mouth is not that big. Ooh, spice. Poor choices on beverage. The Kirin Lemon does nothing to quell the spice. In fact, I think it makes it worse. Ooh, no. I think the other thing worth mentioning at this location is that the main dish comes in two sizes, being regular and large. And I got the regular, and it's sizable. Like, this is more than enough food for someone like me. So if you are someone who has a very big appetite, or maybe if you are two someones with smaller appetites, you could potentially get a large and split it. Not a bad way to go. Why is it so spicy? Because you put spice on it. I think I'm sitting in the sweet spot between two speakers because I'm getting two different sets of music and it's not meshing. I know I shouldn't harp, but this spoon is just completely inappropriate. It's too wide, it's too long, and it's too deep. Every single one of the dimensions on this spoon, except for the handle, is just too much. I need a smaller spoon. Perhaps that goes against the hungry bearness of the Hungry Bear restaurant. I don't know. Cheep, cheep. Cheep, 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 cheep. This part of the park has finches instead of pigeons. Alright then, so that is the Hungry Bear restaurant. I'm gonna poke around a bit more into all the different various dining rooms that make up this place. It's a lot bigger than I expected. But I will see you again soon. Bye. It's time to review. Service. Service is a 4 out of 5. This location is a little bit liney, but man are they efficient at moving that line around. The man who took my order was very friendly, and when I didn't understand his question about how spicy I wanted my curry in Japanese, he switched seemingly effortlessly into English, which is always appreciated. Meanwhile, the woman at the counter was very, very clear in pointing out the drink caddies, where they had the mixers and the straws and the napkins, which I really appreciated given how often I seem to skip that part of my meal prep. They had example dishes that I could look at to see what size that I wanted, so I would say service was definitely above a 3 out of 5, so 4 out of 5. Atmosphere. Atmosphere is a 4 out of 5, straight up. I'd never eaten at this location, but it was way more intense than I was expecting. They call themselves the Hungry Bear restaurant, but they're actually more like the Hungry Bear miniature town. They've got a saloon, they've got a jail cell, they've got the sheriff's office, they've got an inn. It's surprisingly comprehensive, and each area is decorated appropriately for its theme. Very nice. 4 out of 5. Price point. The price is a 3 out of 5. Like, I honestly think it depends on what you get. I got the chicken and onion curry, which was the cheapest curry that they had on the menu when I was there. So, you know, it can depend on what you order. There are also, additionally, 2 different sizes of curry that you can order, the regular or the large. So, you can sort of choose how hungry you're feeling. Additionally, this curry is very filling. It's heavy and will last you for a while, so if that's something that you're looking for, you can actually probably find a pretty good deal here if that's what you're looking for. So all things considered, it's actually probably closer to a 4 out of 5 Just be aware of the prices and the sizes before you order. The food itself. The food is a 3 out of 5. The chicken wasn't the best chicken I've ever had. It wasn't terrible or bad by any stretch of the imagination. I've just had better chicken cuts before. The onions were tasty when I could actually taste them, and the curry itself was quite delicious. So, yeah, the food was actually quite good here. Nothing astounding, but perfectly serviceable for what it was. 3 out of 5. Overall rating. Overall, this gives the Hungry Bear restaurant an average rating of 3.75 out of 5, and that is very respectable. Well done. The lineup. With a 3.75 out of 5, this slides the Hungry Bear restaurant in at 3rd place on the master list and 2nd place on the counter service list. Wow, top 3 on both lists. Well, what can I say? Good service, good food, good atmosphere. Well deserved. So, that's it for this week. Come back next week if you want to find out where I'll be then. Hint, I'll just be popping across the way for this next week's location. If you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to leave those down below. We'd love to hear from you. A special thanks once again to Olivia Nicholson for suggesting this week's location. Give this video a big ol' thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'd surely appreciate it. If social media is more your flavor, you can find us there. Links to that in the description box, and I will see you next week for another Tokyo Tuesday.